John Dewey once said that education is not the preparation for life, education is life itself. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Satria Arief Pratama from Tarana Nusantara Senior High School, and at this time I will be discussing about the acceleration of vaccination distribution for the revival of education sector in Indonesia. 3 points of my speech. First is the impact that COVID-19 has brought to education sector in Indonesia. The second one is the urgency to help offline schools, and the last one is the solution. Let me start from the limited activities that COVID-19 has brought many impacts towards the learning and teaching activities. Schools throughout Indonesia were transferred back to their respective homes. The daily life of the students had changed 180 degrees from usual, and likewise their teachers and parents who accompanied them. And many touching events happened between them during this pandemic. And not infrequently, their stories contains onions to touch many hearts of people. Let me tell you a short story. This story came from poor family. School from home is a new burden for them because they has to provide internet quota every day for their children to go to school. In the days before Corona outbreak, they had only to spend 10,000 rupiah in a month. Specifically for data packages. However, in this time, 3,000 rupiah and 50,000 rupiah are still not enough because they were used for virtual learning, and the children's games were more and more. To work around this, the family came to places that provided free Wi-Fi. One of the mainstays is the Indomaret corner, which is close to their house. And they frequently came there for a while just to download materials that are given by the teachers in the form of videos and assignments. But this is really sad. This is really sad. This is something that is disappointing for citizens. And they only had to buy a data package when there is an online meeting with teachers, especially using applications such as Google Meet, Zoom, and so on. And we get into the face-to-face social restrictions. It makes people sad. Not being able to see friends, co-workers, and even family back home is something that is troubling. But especially for children who usually go to schools, meet their friends, get along with their friends, but now they are stuck alone in their homes and only accompanied by their gadgets. And then there is a time where boredom hit. A mother watched her child prayer after prayers. Oh God, why can't I play like I used to? I miss my friends. I want to go to school again. Is it still long for me to study from home? That is the sentence from her child's prayer, which is very honest and innocent feeling. And his prayer touched so much that he made his mother cry. And we get into the real question. What is the problems that the COVID-19 has brought to education sector in Indonesia? Well, schools everywhere inevitably have to be closed, and students lose their experience they should have had face-to-face. And also many problems have arisen during this pandemic. How technology can be used, how internet access can be delivered to remote areas where electronic goods without internet access are still a luxury. Plus, schools do not have the capacity to teach online. This is a challenge for all parties. And the thing that we must do is work hard together on how to bring technology to solve real problems that occur to students, and especially students who are less fortunate in the terms of economy. And we get into the second question. What is the urgency? As requested by UNESCO, teachers should be considered as a frontline workers and a high priority to be vaccinated early. The government should ensure adequate funding and health facilities to support the rollout of vaccinations to ensure the safety of teachers, education personnel, and the safe reopening of schools. Then, the last and the most crucial question is, how can we open schools face to face, revive the education sector while COVID-19 cases are continuing to increase sharply? And this is the emphasis that is being discussed on this occasion, the importance of vaccination distributions for the return of education sector so that it can carry out activities offline again. As stated by the Ministry of the Education and Culture, Nadine Makarim, that COVID-19 is a higher risk for educators, education personnel in the range of 31 to 51 year age group. In infection with children, generally cases are asymptomatic and mainly children are infected also from adults. In addition, children's mostly occurs, transmission to children occurs because of the social activities outside the classroom, not during face-to-face learning in the classroom. So it is considered that it is appropriate if schools are open again after vaccinations are given to teachers and education personnel. Then we can see from this condition that Indonesia is facing problems, but the problems is not the COVID-19 itself, but the mental of the community that must be built towards a better and more mature direction, plus the people who take advantage from this kind of condition, pandemic condition. Injustice must stop. And vaccination is one of the tools in media to revive justice and the spirit of education, of learning for Indonesian youth. Lastly, we must have common vision and mission with all of the components of Indonesia so that there are no tug-of-war policies issued by the government, because everything can be right, everything can go wrong. It is our perspective that determines. Thank you for listening. That is all from me, and have a nice day.